அப்பா அலை கதை சொல்றேனா?
ஓ சொல்றேனே. पुंडलीक वरदा हरि विठ्ठला श्री ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम पंढरीनाथ महाराज की जय, संत ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज की जय, जगतगुरु संत तुकाराम महाराज की जय, संत समर्थ रामदास महाराज की जय, छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज की जय, भारत माता की जय। राधे कृष्ण। Shivaji Maharaj reached Pratapgarh, and at that time Afzal Khan made a very strategic move. He sent farmans to all the various sardars of Shivaji Maharaj, threatening them, bribing them with money, land, threatening their families, and trying everything to ensure to pull them towards him. Afzal Khan started destroying idols and temples in a hurry. Not a single temple was spared, but by that time, the Marathas understood and they moved away all the idols from every temple. None of the idols were demolished after that. At this time, Kanoji Jedhe also received a farman from Afzal Khan. As soon as he received the farman, Kanoji Jedhe called his 5 sons. He had 5 sons. All were young, probably of your age, 11, 12, 14, 15. But each one of them knew how to hold a sword, how to cut a head of a Mughal, how to chop off their hands, how to save Hindu Dharma. Kanoji Jedhe called all his 5 sons and he immediately went to Pratapgarh. He met Maharaj, and after performing the traditional mujra, Kanoji Jedhe told Maharaj about the farman. Maharaj said, yes, I am aware. And many of our sardars have gone and met Afzal Khan as well. Some scared and some because of the bribe. Shivaji Maharaj told Kanoji Jedhe that I have decided to meet Afzal Khan and then drown myself. Before that, you should go and join Afzal Khan, save your family, save your wealth, save all your land and save everybody. Go Kanoji and save yourself. Any other person, if Maharaj would have said this, he would have got up happily thinking that I am saved, and he would have joined Afzal Khan and he would have lived happily. Kanoji Jedhe was shocked. He had tears in his eyes. Shivaji Maharaj again said, go Kanoji, save your Vatan and save your land and property. Hearing this, Kanoji Jedhe wiped his tears, took a bowl of water which was lying nearby, poured it on his hand and dropped the water at Shivaji Maharaj's feet and said, here Maharaj, I sacrifice and I give away all my possessions, my wealth, my land, my family, my life, everything at your feet. Right now all I have, the only property I have is your feet. When Shivaji Maharaj heard this, imagine the pride he would have felt for Kanoji Jedhe. Shivaji Maharaj had tears in his eyes. He lifted Kanoji Jedhe and hugged him and said, Kanoji, I didn't expect anything else from you, but still it was my duty to tell you, because right now what I am asking is your life. Kanoji Jedhe said that the day I was born, the day you were born, my life was dedicated to you, Maharaj. The day we took the oath, my life was dedicated to you at that very moment. Shivaji Maharaj was at Pratapgarh, and as soon as all the other sardars heard what Kanoji Jedhe did, they all came back and they joined Shivaji Maharaj, and Shivaji Maharaj never lost a single sardar. While this was going on and Maharaj was planning his strategy, on 5th September 1659, Saibai, who was not keeping well, left for her heavenly abode. Whenever anybody who's your wife, would have died. Anybody else would have left immediately and gone to do her last rites, meet her one last time, see her one last time. But for Maharaj, nothing was more important than Swaraj. Maharaj didn't go, he was upset. But he just poured away all his worries at the feet of Goddess Jagdamba and he continued planning how to defeat Afzal Khan because he knew this was not the time and he had no time to reflect on his own sorrow. His life was dedicated for Swaraj. At this time, Afzal Khan sent his vakil who came to meet Maharaj at Pratapgarh. His name was Krishnaji Bhaskar. Krishnaji Bhaskar was a very polite vakil and a very diplomatic guy who knew exactly how to talk, when to talk, what to talk, where to talk. He came to Maharaj and Maharaj greeted him very, very lovingly. Maharaj greeted him as if he would greet Shahaji Maharaj, his own father. For the first 8 days, Maharaj met him only when he arrived and after that Maharaj did not meet him at all. But at the same time, Maharaj ensured that for 8 days, Krishnaji Bhaskar had a luxurious life and he enjoyed every moment of it. He provided anything and everything whatever Krishnaji Bhaskar would have ever dreamt of in his entire life. At the end of 8 days, Krishnaji Bhaskar was content and he was so happy that he did not want to leave Pratapgarh and Maharaj. On the 9th day, Maharaj came to meet him. And the vakil said, Krishnaji Bhaskar said that Maharaj, your father and Afzal Khan are very, very good friends. At that time, Maharaj smiled because he knew that Afzal Khan was the one who had played a treacherous incident in Shahaji Maharaj's life as well. Maharaj did not say anything. But Krishnaji Bhaskar understood the importance of Shivaji Maharaj's smile because he was super intelligent. Krishnaji said, Khan is a very merciful man and he will make sure that all your mistakes are forgiven and you are taken to Adil Shah's court and you are given the greatest of prizes and you are made the greatest Sardar Adil Shah's court has ever known. Maharaj said, I am aware how merciful Afzal Khan is, but I am really, really scared of him. This discussion went on and on for quite a few days and slowly Krishnaji Bhaskar really started believing that Shivaji Maharaj was scared. He really felt it in his heart that Shivaji Maharaj is very scared of Afzal Khan and that is why he is not coming to meet him. And that exactly was Shivaji Maharaj's plan, that first Krishnaji Bhaskar has to be convinced that he is scared. Krishnaji Bhaskar was convinced and he finally left. And Shivaji Maharaj sent a letter along with Krishnaji Bhaskar and he took it to Afzal Khan. And along with that, Maharaj also sent his own vakil, Pantaji Gopinath. The letter Maharaj had written was very, very sweet and Pantaji Gopinath meant to meet Afzal Khan at Vai. Pantaji Gopinath was not only a vakil but he was a brilliant warrior and a brilliant strategist. That is the prime reason Shivaji Maharaj had sent him. When Pantaji Gopinath went, he paid careful attention to the entire camp of Afzal Khan. How many horses, how many elephants, how many soldiers, how many money, how much ammunition, how many people had come for entertainment, how many were businessmen, where were they sitting, how was the camp placed, what were the strategic positions. If they had to attack Afzal Khan, how should it be? Pantaji Gopinath saw everything. And finally, he reached Afzal Khan's tent. It was the biggest Shamiana, obviously. It had to be the biggest Shamiana in the entire camp. It was decorated with all the jewelry available. Pantaji Gopinath entered and Afzal Khan was sitting on a huge throne. And he was huge. He was almost the size of a baby elephant. Afzal Khan was sitting there and his face reflected all the cruelty on earth. It looked as if the devil himself was sitting. His eyes were cruel and his face had a ruthlessness on it. In spite of that, Maharaj's letter, when Pantaji Gopinath read, it was written that Khan's heart is an ocean of mercy and I am extremely sorry for my actions. I am very small in front of Khan in size, in terms of status, in terms of everything. Khan is too big. I am ashamed of what I have done and hence I am ashamed to come to you and even stand in front of you. And I am extremely scared as well of you. In fact, I cannot sleep at nights just thinking about you. Please forgive me, Afzal Khan. I am ready to surrender and give you everything I have. And he wrote at last that Afzal Khan, If anybody in this earth can save me, it is only you. So I plead that you please save me. Afzal Khan was not a fool, but he still felt that 50% of the battle was won because his own Vakil Krishnaji Bhaskar was also convinced that Shivaji Maharaj was really scared, and Shivaji Maharaj's letter also said the same. Afzal Khan somewhere in his heart started believing that Shivaji was scared of him. Afzal Khan said that Shivaji Maharaj's mistakes are not something which can be forgiven, but still I will ensure that Maharaj is forgiven. I will personally plead with Adil Shah. Afzal Khan said, ask him to surrender and I will help him. Pantaji Gopinath again said that Maharaj is very scared and that's why he will not come to Vai. He said, Khan Sahab, can you please come to Javli? Maharaj will take care of all the arrangements and he will also come to meet you. You please come there and Maharaj will meet you and surrender and come with you to Bijapur. After Pantaji left, all his Sardars assembled over there and Afzal Khan started discussing with them. His Sardars said that no, Shivaji Maharaj is always someone who plays games and you should not trust him. You should not go to meet him. Let him come here. Slowly Afzal Khan started getting convinced that Shivaji was indeed fooling him, but at that time one of his Sardars said Shivaji is an excellent swordsman. You should not go alone to meet him. And that time it so happened that maybe this particular statement given by Sardar was indeed God speaking through that Sardar, because that made Afzal Khan very angry and he said, I am not scared of anybody on earth, neither Shivaji nor anybody else, and if Shivaji wants me to meet him, I will go and remind him of my strength. I will go to meet him. And that exactly is what Shivaji Maharaj wanted. Pantaji Gopinath again came to meet Afzal Khan and once again he requested him to meet Maharaj at Javli. He assured Afzal Khan that all arrangements would be made and everything shall be taken care of. Afzal Khan was convinced and he decided to take his entire army, every single thing, all jewelry, all wealth, all elephants and horses, and he was convinced to enter the jungles of Javli. After that, what happened would be written in the history and would be remembered till the time this yuga lasts. What happened? We will see in the next episode. Radhe Krishna. Bolo Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Radhe Krishna.